my account balance when I actually swap something. So if I submit a buy order, and then my balances need to be updated because I get the swapped token, where is the balance and the state moved off chain, and where is it moved back on chain? And how often is that checkpoint or that settlement done? Is it done every block, or just can you walk through that exercise?
Yeah, so we store, like I said, all the states of the exchange in a Merkle tree. So if you want to do a trade, so like you create an order, you buy something, what will happen in the real layer is we use the Merkle tree, we check the balance in the Merkle tree, we do the updating of the balances in the Merkle tree between the accounts, which yeah, if everything happens correctly, so the operator doesn't try to cheat, so he updates the account balances, then we submit that, yeah, we bundle it in a block, send the data to the prover, and then we prove that the state transitions are correct. So you could say that the prover actually does the normal work that you, like the work you have to do on chain is actually done now in the prover, because only the prover can generate valid data. Like you can only generate a proof for valid data, instead of like an on-chain where you would have to like check balances on-chain and then require that it's positive afterwards and stuff like that. So that stuff happens in the circuits. So then you have like the block and the proof. You commit those together, and then in the smart contract, you have like the old Merkle root with all the old state, and then we submit the new Merkle root with all the updated state. And then if the proof is valid, then the old Merkle root is replaced by the new Merkle root. So all the trades are done and all the trades are settled. And now the new Merkle root is a valid state that can be built on for the next blocks. So this is done every time a block is submitted on chain, and a block can contain up to 4,000, like, well, it can contain thousands of transactions.
Because it's just the Merkle root that you're stamping onto the main Ethereum blockchain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And so where are the balances updated? So after the exchange is done, you're stamping the Merkle root, or you're checkpointing the Merkle root onto the Ethereum blockchain. So I guess that smart contract that pulls data back and replaces the Merkle root will manage the account balances as well?
Yeah, so the one of the things that's like people have to deposit funds first to the exchange, right? So okay. All the account balances are stored in the Merkle root, but to start trading, you have to first deposit things, just deposit tokens to the exchange. Then it's stored in the Merkle root. Then you can do all the trading in the Merkle tree, which is like the cheap state transition just by the Merkle root. And then you can withdraw again from the balances stored in the Merkle root. So that's the only place where we have any communication with the on-chain balance of users. So we don't modify any other balances ever for users than just deposit and withdraw.
Okay. And so when you say you can reconstruct the exchange state from the on-chain data, tell me how that is possible if you only have the root of the Merkle tree. How can I get the order book?
But the order book is always off-chain. So the exchange state doesn't include the order book, because from a security point of view, like you don't need to know the order book to get your money back out of the exchange, which is like the main reason why we put the exchange state on-chain to begin with. So it's just the people don't need to have access to the order books, because they are only interested in their balances, which is really their money that's stored there. But yeah, except for the order book itself, which contains unsettled orders, all the other stuff is actually put on chain. So if if a trade happens, then all the balance changes are on chain and the trading history is on chain, but not the order itself.
Or balances are a representation of settled orders.
Yeah.
Okay.
But to come to your main question, like how do we do that? It's like every time we submit a block, we also put extra data on chain that contains all the deltas from the transaction. So if there's like a trade from 1 ETH for 100 DAI, then we put a little bit of data on chain, like 20 bytes, that contains all the information to update the exchange state on yourself. So it's like 20 bytes per trade. And then by replaying all the blocks, you can get to the final state, because just putting the complete state on chain, would of course be very expensive. So the way that's solved is like we only put the delta on chain, and then you just have to replay all the transactions yourself, and then you get to the final state.
How often is the checkpointing done on the main on the Ethereum blockchain?
Every time the operator creates a block. So if there's like a lot of users doing trades, then the operator will have to submit a lot of blocks. But if there's like not a lot of trades happening or other transfers or stuff like that, then the operator isn't forced to submit new blocks unless it's like an on-chain request. So if the user requests a withdrawal on-chain, then the operator is just forced to submit a block within a certain time span, so it's actually processed, because otherwise, users aren't guaranteed to be able to get their money back.